Good morning all. So today I am going to start the chapter surface areas and volumes of some solids. Now in ninth class you have come across these three-dimensional solids, some basic three-dimensional solids. Now first we'll recapitulate about the formulas of surface area and volumes of those some basic solids. So the basic solids that you learned were cuboid, so a cuboid, cube, cylinder, cone, sphere, okay, and hemisphere. These you are familiar to you. So now let us write down the formulas for lateral surface area of cuboid, cube, curved surface area for this, and total surface area or surface area, and then lastly the volume. So now in studying this chapter, it is very important to visualize the solids, because then only you will be able to remember the formula correctly. So now let me first take the first basic solid, cuboid. As you know, this is a cuboid, as you see. 3 dimension, this is the length dimension, this is breadth dimension, and lastly this is height dimension. So 3-dimensional figure, this is known as cuboid, you know. So now the lateral surface area means the side areas, that is this area plus this area plus this area, and the side areas, that is we'll ignore the top area and the base area, that is the lateral surface area. So as you see in lateral surface area, there are two such areas. This face is a rectangle, as you see. This is a rectangle. So there are two such rectangles, one in front and one at the back. Similarly, in the side this is another rectangle, and there will be similar two rectangles, one in this side and another this side. So in this we can remember, so twice of this area plus this area will be the lateral surface area of this. So what is this area? As you see, length into height. This is your height, so length into height plus this will be breadth into height. So in this way we can remember. So the lateral surface area cuboid will be twice of length into height plus breadth into height. Or we can simplify, if I take h common, then we can write twice of h L plus b. So it is very easy. If we can visualize this thing, we can very easily remember the formula correctly. Now next, total surface area or total surface area. So with lateral surface area we will be adding, that is lateral surface area plus top area and base area. That will be the thing. So we can now write so let me write this. Lateral surface area is this one. Now base area and top area, as you see, this is top area, that is top area will be length into breadth is top area. So top area is length into breadth and base is also length into breadth. So twice of length into breadth. So I can write twice of length into breadth. So it is very easy to remember the formula if you can visualize the thing. And lastly, the volume will be product of these 3 dimensions, length into breadth into height. So this is about cuboid. Next, the spatial cuboid, that is where length is equal to breadth is equal to height. This is cuboid, you see. Length, breadth, height all are equal, and these are known as edges of the cube. So in a cube, this you see, in a cube what we have? We have length is equal to breadth is equal to edge, and we take that to be equal to edge of the cube. So if this side edge is A, all are equal to A. So we simply put A in place of L and B and H. So it is lateral surface will be twice of, this is A into A plus A twice A, that is, I can simply write 4A square. So for cube, lateral surface area is 4A square. Or it is also very easy to remember, because in a cube each side is a square whose area is a square. So lateral surface area there are 4 such faces, so 4a square, and in total surface area there will be 6 such faces, 4 lateral, then 1 top and 1 bottom, there are 6 faces. So 6 faces of area a square, so total surface will be 6a square, and volume will be a into a, that is a cube. Next is your cylinder. So this is a cylinder, you see. So a cylinder, its base is a circle, as you see, base is a circle and the top is also a circle, and the lateral surface area will be this curved. So now here, since this is a curved surface, so we don't say lateral surface area, we will be saying curved surface. These are the curved surface area. This is a flat area, base area is also flat, so this is the side area is the curved surface area. So how do you find out the curved surface area? We take the circumference of the base circle, 2 pi r. If r is the radius of this base, then 2 pi r is the circumference. So this circumference into this height of the cylinder. This height of the cylinder will be the curved surface area. So circumference is 2 pi r into height of the cylinder, where r is the radius of the base circle and h is the height of the cylinder. Okay, and total surface area will be curved surface area plus curved surface area. Now again one thing. Now this is a hollow cylinder, as you see, it's a glass, so it is a container hollow. But if I consider solid, if it is a solid, then there will be top area. So in that case, a solid cylinder, the total surface area will be CSA plus base area plus top area. Whereas for hollow cylinder, which is a container glass, then the total surface area will be CSA plus only one base area. So that's why you have to visualize the solid of which surface area you are finding out, surface area and volume. So total surface area will be your curved surface area, 2 pi r is plus base area and top area, pi r square plus pi r square, so 2 pi r square. So this is the thing, CSA plus base area and top area, and we can simplify. If I take twice pi r common, then it will be h plus r. If I take twice pi r common, so it will be h plus r. So in this way also we can write. And the volume of a cylinder, it will be also the base area into height. What is base area? Area of a circle of radius r is pi r square. So pi r square into height of the cylinder. So the volume is pi r square into h. Base area into height, that should remember. Next figure comes the cone. Now this is for solid, I should write down. This cylinder is a solid one, not hollow. Because you know, for hollow this will be different. So now next we'll come to cone. So what is a cone? Cone is like this. So cone has a circular base, as you see, circular base of radius r, and this is known as the vertex of the cone, this point, and this is the center. If this is the center of the base circle, then the line joining this vertex and the center of the base is a perpendicular to the base, then it will be a right cone, then that will be your height h, and this length, that is this length, will be known as slant height L. So for that, for cone, you have to remember the curved surface area will be pi r L, where L is the slant height. Let me draw the figure here. So this was the center of the base. This is 90 degrees, so right cone, this is vertex. So this is your h, and this length is the slant height L, and this is the radius. So then it is pi r L. So curved surface area, this is this side area, only this one. So total surface area will be this curved surface area plus this base area. So surface area will be this curved surface area plus base area. Now again, if it is a solid, then only it is the formula. Because you see, the curved surface area is same for both solid and hollow, but the total surface area will depend whether the cone or cylinder is hollow or solid. In this case it is solid, so I have taken this base area. But if it is like a container, suppose it is a hollow, it's a container, hollow like your ice cream cones, then we will have to, total surface area, we won't get this area, then it will be same. So these things you have to visualize how is the figure. So this is your curved surface area, and lastly the volume. Now volume of a cone is always 1/3 the volume of a cylinder. If that is, if this is cut out of a cylinder, if the cone is cut out of a cylinder, then it is found that volume of this cylinder is 3 times the volume of this cone. So we write it is volume of the cone is 1/3 the volume of the corresponding cylinder. In this way remember. Lastly, sphere. Sphere, you know, it is like a ball. And the sphere you see is only one surface. So curve CSA and surface area is same, and it is found to be, by measuring, it is found to be 4 times pi r square. So it is 4 pi r square. This is also will be same because since there are only one surface. And the volume formula you have to remember 4 by 3 pi r cube. You see one thing you must observe. Dimensions of area is 2 and whereas dimensions of volume is 3. Next, hemisphere, which is half the sphere. That is, if I cut the sphere in half, whatever I will be getting will be a hemisphere. So it is like a bowl. See, this is a hemisphere. So if the sphere is hollow, then the hemisphere will be a bowl like this. And if the sphere was solid, it will not be bowl, it will be a solid thing. So this is your hemisphere. Naturally, if I consider the hemisphere to be also solid, this is all are considering to be solid here. So the CSA will be half of it, 2 pi r square. But the total surface area will be this CSA plus this base area if it is solid. Base area is 2 pi r square. So it will be 3 pi r square. But if the sphere is hollow one, then it will be 2 pi r square only. So this is only for solid hemisphere. This is, and the volume will be half the volume of the sphere, so it is 2 by 3 pi r cube. Now last figure that we will be introducing in 10th class, the frustum of a cone. What is frustum of a cone? That is, if you have a cone, okay, like this, and the right cone, and from, if I remove the top part, if I remove this top part, so whatever left, this one will be known as frustum of cone. So I am showing you one frustum of cone. It is the frustum of cone. That is, the top part is removed. So whatever left is frustum of cone. So in frustum of cone there is circular base with bigger radius, top area, another circle with smaller radius, and distance between center of top circle and center of base circle will be the height of the frustum, and this length will be slant height of the frustum. So this is frustum of a right circular cone. Now this is a hollow one. It will be solid. Now we will be considering solid, so there will be a top surface and there will be a bottom surface. So here also frustum of a cone. This is your frustum. So this is also I am considering to be solid. So if the top radius say R2 and the bottom circle radius say R1, and if this height is H, and if this is your slant height L, then we can write down the formula. So this formula for this frustum will be similar to cone because it is cut out of a cone. So it is pi RL. So here there are two radii, R1 and R2. So we'll take pi L, we will be writing it in this way, pi L. Now let me erase this. So you understood the figure of frustum. So the curved surface area will be similar to this cone, so it will be pi L. But instead of R, I will be writing sum of the two radii, R1 and R2. And similarly, this one will be this curved surface area plus base area plus top area. Is that it? In case of solid, This is curved surface area, then this base top area and base area, two circular areas. And lastly, the volume, it will be like cone only. This is volume of cone, so 1/3 h will be there, 1/3 pi h will be there. And instead of r square, I'll be writing r1 square plus r1 r2 plus r2 square. So these are the set of formula we have to remember for solving questions in 10th class. We have to find out surface area and volume of combination of these basic solids. Okay, and derivation of this formula of frustum of cone I'll be showing in some video, in some next video, or in some in the next class, or in some later videos. Okay, so these you have to memorize and you have to visualize all the solids. Okay. So in reality, we come across many solid objects which we use in real life, which are combinations of those basic solids that I have shown you. For example, you see the test tubes you are using in your chemistry lab. It is a combination of cylinder and a hemisphere, a hollow cylinder and a hollow hemisphere. That is the test tube you are using in chemistry lab. Then medicinal capsules, they are also a combination of a cylinder, hollow cylinder with hollow hemispheres. So there are so many things. Tents, circus tents are cone, combination of cone and cylinder. So in reality, we come across combinations of some basic solids. That's why it is so important to remember the formula of the basic solids which you'll be using. Now I'll show you some applications of the application of this formula of basic solids, and also I'll show you the calculation management in solving this kind of questions. Then the question I've taken, a toy is in the form of a cone of radius this, mounted on a hemisphere of the same radius. The total height of the toy is given. You have to find the surface area and the volume of the toy. So it is like this. You see, how is the toy? The toy is like this. Your cone is mounted on a hemisphere. So this is hemisphere and the cone is in this way. It is in this way. This is your toy, as you can see. A cone mounted on a hemisphere. Okay, this you can visualize. So now let me draw its cross-sectional view, because in 3D it is not possible to draw the 3D diagram, so we take the cross-section. That means the diagram will be like this. The cross-section of a cone is a triangle, and the cross-section of a hemisphere is a semicircle. These are cross-sectional diagram. So vertex of the cone, and this is the center of the circular base, and the right goes 90 degree, and this is also radius, and it is given the total height of the cone is given in this toy. This is the toy, no? So the total height of the toy is given to be where it is 15.5 centimeter, and now this is the radius, this is also radius. So this height is your radius of your hemisphere or cone, that is, this is your 3.5 centimeter. So the height of the cone very easily can be found by subtracting 3.5 by 15.5, so it will be 12 centimeter. So it is very important to draw the cross-sectional view and to show the dimensions on the figure. Then it will be very easy to do the calculation and writing formula. Now first of thing, what you have to find out the surface area means total surface area. So the formula for total surface area will be what? Total surface area of toy, right? These are very important thing to write. Is it will be CSA of cone plus CSA of hemisphere. This you can visualize very easily, no? This was when it is like this, you can visualize This is the toy. So I have to take the CSA of cone and CSA of hemisphere. Okay, so now let me write down the formula. So this is your CSA of cone formula is pi r L, slant height, that is, this is the slant height. This is your L. This is L and this is 12 and this is 3.5. Now the slant height can very easily be found by the Pythagoras theorem. So this is CSA of cone pi r L plus CSA of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Now what we do, we take common pi r L plus 2r. Okay. So the values of r is known. This is your r is your 3.5. But L is not known, so you have to find out L. So L is equal to under root by Pythagoras theorem a square plus r square. That you know, slant height by Pythagoras theorem. L is the hypotenuse. So L is equal to, you see the calculation techniques, h is your 12 square plus r is your 3.5. Now one thing in calculating, we always prefer to keep in fraction form, we avoid decimal, that is 3.5 can be written in this way, 35 by 10. So it is your cancel by 5, 7 and 30. So it is alright 7 by 2. So we express decimal in fraction, then the calculation is easier. So it is 7 by 2 whole square. Now you look at how we do the calculations. It is 144 plus 49 by 4. In the next step, take LCM. And 4 into 144, you know it is 576. 576 plus 49. And lastly, it will be 625 by 4. So it is, you see, we are getting whole square numbers, 625 square into 625 and it is 2. Or it is 12.5. So very easily we can find the value of L to be 25 by 2 or 12.5 in this way. Because it was easy, I have kept in fraction. And these are my familiar numbers. So now here I write the value. Pi I take 22 by 7. Why? Because r is a multiple of 7. R is your 7 by 2. This is your r. R is 7 by 2. So 7 by 2. Right? Then L I have calculated to be 12.5. And twice r is 7. So here 7 getting cancelled and it is 11. So 11 into it is 19.5. So whenever I multiply something with 11, the calculation is very easy, you know. So 11, you know, 195. We shift one place, then we add. So 5, 4, 1, 2. Isn't it? So it is. It will be your 214.5 centimeter square. So that is the total surface area or surface area of the toy. So you see one thing. I have not calculated them separately. I am doing the things together. So if I calculate separately, it will take longer time. Calculations will be difficult. But if I do in this way, you see the things are getting cancelled. So my calculation becomes easier. Okay, and here I have used fraction. These things you have to take care. Now next we have to find the volume. So this part is okay. Now for volume the formula is again here. Volume of the toy will be volume of the cone plus volume of the hemisphere. Is that volume of the cone plus volume of hemisphere? Volume of cone plus volume of hemisphere. So the formula will be volume of cone, you know, 1/3 pi r square h, and volume of hemisphere 2/3 pi r cube, because radius is same, so same r. So I can now again I'll be taking common. You see the calculation managements. 1/3 pi r square can be taken common. So h plus 2r. Okay. So 1/3 pi is your 22/7. What is r is 7/2. I write 2 times. 7/2 into 7/2. We write in this way. Instead of 49/4, I write in this way. R into r. Then here h is your 12. This is your h. this it is height of the cone. So 8 is 12 plus 2r you know is 7. So here you see how you can 1 7 is getting cancelled. This is 11. Now no further cancellation. So it is 77, or let me write 11 into 7 by 3 into 2, 11, 7, 3, 2, and here 12 plus 7 is 19. And no cancellation, then you have to multiply this and then divide by 6. So it will be like this, 11 into 7 into 19 you group, it is 133, I think 133. You should, and one thing, you should learn all the table up to 19, then it will be easier for the calculations. Then 6. So this multiplication will be very easy. You will be doing this way, 11 into the 133, shifting one place, we can very easily get it. 1, 4, 6, 3 and 6. This you can cancel out, and that will be, unit will be centimeter cube. So in this way we solve this kind of question with combination of basic solids. Main thing to draw cross-sectional diagram showing the dimensions in this way, calculation technique, avoiding decimal, converting decimal into fraction, and then taking and finding them in together, and so that by taking common my calculation becomes easy. So that's all for today.